Jason, and you're tuned into I Speak Geek. So, today I wanted to talk to you about foldable phones, and more specifically, the Samsung Z Flip and the Motorola Razr. So, these two foldable phones have come out recently. The hype has been building behind foldable phones, with Samsung releasing the Galaxy Fold last year, and not too warm reception. There were some issues with the phone. As you know, there was an issue with the screen, stuff getting under the screen peeling off, and the phone being damaged because of that. So Samsung came back and went with a different form factor. They went with that clamshell style that the Motorola Razr had just recently released, but they slightly improved on Motorola's design by going with glass and adding premium specs to this phone. So you're getting a 2020 phone with last year's chipset, but then again, um, hey, you're still a lot better than the Motorola Razr, which is a plastic phone. It's running Android 9 in 2020 as opposed to Android 10, with Google going to drop Android 11 right around the corner. So that made no sense to me. I understand, you're trying to get this phone out and you're making certain tweaks, but somewhere along the line, you have to say, hey, look, this is going to be a premium phone. Uh, we have to put premium specs into it. For the Motorola Razr, you're paying $1,300. And what are you getting for that $1,300? You're getting a phone with 2019 specs. It doesn't last all day with battery life. That kind of puts me off with that phone. But, this is not really to, degrade them for trying this. It's to encourage them to make the phone better. So I don't know if Motorola is going to release another phone. A lot of people don't think that they are. This was just an experiment or to tug on our heartstrings for nostalgia purposes. Something to let us know that it can be done. For me, you know, for that price, you have to come a little bit better. I know it takes money to push the technology forward, but in the same token, you're spending upwards of $1,000 just to get these phones in hand. And although Samsung came with a better product, it still needs some work because you have to baby these phones. Like, if something gets between the crease of the phone, it's going to damage that screen. Samsung said they are having a glass screen, but JerryRigEverthing proved that is not true, and those screens can be easily damaged with a nail, no less. With the Motorola Razr, you know it's a plastic screen. You know if anything gets in between the clamshell, that it's going to damage that screen. So for $1,300, that doesn't rub me the right way. I want something that's going to be durable. I want something that's going to last a while. And, with these phones, you're not getting all day battery life with either of these phones. You're going to have to charge them. Um, you know, the, it's fun that you get to flip them, open them, and close them, hang up on people like you used to do. But at the same time, you want it to be right. You want it to be a great experience. And yes, I know it's going to be a status symbol, and a lot of people are going to buy this phone anyway. Good for you. If you have $1,500 to spend, by all means, go out and buy the phones and have at it. But I want to see them in a better place. I want to see these designs fleshed out. I want to see a phone that's more durable. You can't even protect these phones correctly. You can't put a screen protector on them because they might damage the phone. And with the Motorola's case, you have squeaking issues with a hinge. I mean, come on now, $1,300. That's not small change. And you're gonna have issues with a hinge and the Galaxy phone, even though it's a little bit more, smoother with the hinge. It's not making that squeaky noise. I heard that the Motorola Razr has a more satisfying flip than the Samsung Galaxy uh, Flip Z, whatever it's called. I probably butcher that. Um, but it's a more premium feel. It's a better screen. It's probably better battery life. It's probably going to get you through a whole day as opposed to the Motorola Razr, where you're going to be recharging that phone just because the battery's broken up into two pieces. I think it's like 2,300 milliamp hours. Definitely, I'll add that, up here somewhere when I go back and look at this video. But for me, um, I love what they're doing. Again, I think it's pushing innovation forward. But I was just hoping that these products would be more polished. It'd be something that was ready for prime time, where it's not really. Um, yes, I'm hoping the next generation is a lot better than what we got now. These are just growing pains. I know it, but it's just I can't get over the price of these phones being so high for what you're getting. Come on now, like with the Galaxy Z Flip, if you drop that phone, you're cracking the screen. The Motorola Razr fares a little bit better just because it's a plastic phone, but you can't even protect these phones correctly. Again, Samsung does bundle a case, and I do suggest getting a case or a wrap if you can find it for these phones, and protect your investment that way. But they're not there yet. I was hoping for something more. You definitely still see the creases. It's not a big deal. You're going to have that, but it doesn't really make me want to go out today and plop down my hard-earned money for these phones. With them not being what I consider a flagship phone. Because you look at what we have today, you can get a decent phone for $350, and it's perfectly serviceable, good camera, and great build quality, great battery life, and not break the bank. And I think these phones are going to face tough competition going forward. Um, a lot of people are not really want to part with that money and not get what they're getting today for a cheap price. I know this is probably something smartphones dealt with. When they were first introduced, you look at the first iPhone; it was very small. It didn't have the processing power that it does today. Um, the multi-touch, the multitasking. Again, it was not what it is today, and over time, it got a lot better. And that's what these phones, I'm hoping, they're going to do. They're going to get better over time. But as of today, I think it's more of a novelty item. Tell me what you think. Leave it in the comments below. Do you think that foldable phones are ready for prime time? Are you going to spend your money and get one of these phones? If not, why? Um, and again, this is Jason. You tuned into I Speak Geek. I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.